Good afternoon. Hope things are well in your camps.
You ready for questions?
You betcha.
All right. Hey, looking at this Texas game on Saturday, if it cannot be played, what's your understanding about like the possibility of rescheduling it?
The Big 12 protocol for if you meet the criteria, you have the opportunity to not play. Well, if you don't meet the criteria, then you don't have, anything to talk about. And I think that's a sound way to operate. Everybody's operating by the same set of criteria.
Yeah, I guess let me rephrase that. Is it possible that it could get rescheduled again?
I do not know that possibility. What I've concerned myself with today is a very talented Texas team, and I've not spent a lot of time on the potentials of next weekend, the weekend after. Not ready. I would think that they would have a difficult time with a close to Christmas date, but I think the conference knows best.
What's your approach with the quarterback situation this week? Is Kendrick going to start again?
I think we'll look at this week of practice and see the competition and see how it goes. He was very good last week. We'll have to see if he continues that pace.
Hey Les, Puka announced that he's going to the NFL draft. I'm just curious, you're a guy who's coached a ton of NFL guys. Do you see a place in the NFL for Puka Williams?
I think he's going to find a place in at the Z and at the I think there's an opportunity for him to get some carries, at the tailback spot as well, the single back spot. I think anybody that sees Puka play is going to find something to do with him.
I also wanted to ask you about Malik Clark. What do you like, not just on the field, but off the field about Malik?
Malik is a quiet soldier and looks forward to play and has a smile on his face and improving. So that would be my view of Malik.
Hey, it seems like the O-line could be kind of a potential problem area for you guys, just in terms of numbers. If you had like an injury or another COVID positive or something like that, where do your numbers stand with that group?
I think we're in a decent spot to continue play and practice in preparation for the Texas game. I think we have a 8, 7, maybe a little higher than that number on those guys, which all of those numbers are numbers that allow us to continue to compete.
Is Garrett Jones back available?
Garrett's back at the center spot, and we're looking forward to his participation.
Did you have a little scare there when it looked like Bryce might have got hurt at the end of the first half? Obviously, he came back in, but, I mean, was there kind of a moment where you're like, oh, no, this could get a lot worse?
Were you talking about Taiwan?
Oh, I'm sorry. Bryce Cable looked like he got hurt right at the end of the half.
Yeah, we do not want to see a number of guys injured at the offensive line. Obviously, Cable was our right tackle, and the starting 5 are pretty sound. But once you get beyond that, we're looking to mend.
Les, what's been your take on the offensive line play the last couple games since Marukian came in?
I think they're improving. I think it's a good group. I think they're taking what John has to offer to heart, and preparing with that, which, in my opinion, has made them a little better, a little finer edge.
Do you have any further updates on Taiwan Berryhill and Kenny Logan after they had that collision?
Yeah, the same injury. I think you'll find that Taiwan Berryhill will be a guy that will play, and he basically got a stinger, very, very significant stinger. And then I think Kenny Logan will also play as we get closer to the playing date.
Coach, you've had a lot of, I guess, shuffling at running back this season. How do you feel like Daniel Highshaw has progressed throughout the season? And then, moreover, where do you see his potential moving forward?
Yeah, I think Highshaw is a wonderful person. Roots for his team, is a part of his team, but he has a special knack, and some of the more artistic runs have happened when he had the ball in his hands. So we're for him, and we want to see him continue to progress such that he gets a lot of carries, and we can see if we can ride his back a little bit.
Hey, Les, I know you got one game left, but wanted to catch you before the offseason just in case we don't get you next week. What is priority number one for you guys once the offseason does start?
Well, when you ask the coach who's spent his time worrying about Texas, it's going to be a very interesting offseason answer. Am I right? So I think the offseason's got to bring the culture of KU back into focus. And I think we do those things, and then we're going to make it a competitive spring ball, a competitive off-season set of dates. And we're looking forward to improving. We're looking forward to playing this team a little older, a little bit more ready to play.
I wanted to ask you too, do you have any sense right now, since seniors can come back, you guys have been battling scholarship numbers for so long, is that going to help you for next year? Do you have a sense of if that's going to help you or how it might?
I think any senior that we get to stay is certainly an advantage, because I think you'll find that they'll be more knowledgeable than the youth. Again, it's that 26th true freshman playing. I think it's unusual, but I also think it's an advantage. If we can lock elbows and go forward into the future, I think this is a team that could really show how capable that this Kansas club could be.
How many seniors would you like to have come back? Like, do you have a ballpark figure of what you would like to do with that?
Yeah, I think anywhere from 5 to 8 is a good number, and certainly it's got to be one that our players want to be considered and want to come back. That's the key piece, and then you could see some of those guys that we'd like to get back. But let's spend some time on Texas if we can.
Hey, talking about this Texas game, how much of a concern is your run defense for that matchup, especially after Tech had a lot of success on the ground?
The Sam Ellinger, the quarterback, has the ability to be that both guy, and he's a tough, rugged runner, and can step back in the pocket and throw. I had to check the statistic: 93 touchdowns. real strong. That's a quarterback that's got leadership and understands where to throw the ball. That's a competitive man. The great tailback that they've kind of promoted, it's a young guy. He looks like just a strong, big, make you miss, and then put a shoulder down and run at you. So I think it's a real good offense.
Hey, Les, you said something this morning about the meeting with the team. You're not able to do that in person. And I was just wanting to know, what are the challenges of not being able to see the kids like that?
Well, I take it back. I could take them over to the indoor facility and get them dressed downstairs, walk up the steps, go over to the indoor facility, finish your, if you just kind of feel the anxiety as you describe that, right? And so for us, we're probably can get as many as 25 maybe, but we're trying to be safe, and we've done a good job in this area because guys have not caught virus in this area. But when you address a team virtually, it's painful, and it's not enjoyable because you want to see in their face what it is that they took from the game. More importantly than what you took, what did they take from the game? Are they carrying something with them that's just not their fault? I just have always found it, when you're talking to a group of men who are sitting in the other room over here eating, it's not perfect, and we'll address this again when we get to beyond the season.
And that was my next question. Does that also affect your strength and conditioning, being limited in the numbers you can have in an area?
Well, I think the weight strength coach has done a great job in preparing his area, and you'll find that we can get a divided, like one group will run where the other group will be in the weight room, and so then we cut it immediately in half, and I think that's a strength of ours right now.
What have you done during a season like this to kind of keep your guys engaged and upbeat about playing as kind of the losses have piled up?
Yeah, I don't remember much about those losses. That was really, it came back. It's back there somewhere, and I'm looking at a group of young men that are very talented, that want to play in championships and want to play in bowl games, and that's what I'm looking at. And I know they both sit in the same room, but I'm addressing that guy that's looking for a change and being a part of a great culture, and football is important as a team. And that's kind of my focus.
Have you noticed specific guys who are able to kind of follow your lead in that approach? Any guys that have maybe helped their fellow teammates take that approach?
We've always given them the 48-hour rule, and so they have no choice. In 48 hours, they have to go beyond whether they won or they lost. They got to go beyond they got to start planning the game plan and being a part of that game plan's development as we go on through the week. And I think we've done a good job there. I think we have good men. I think these guys they want to be a part of change. They want to be a part of Kansas. And I enjoy them. And so I think that speaks to the great majority of the room. And so that's kind of my direction.
Hey, Les, how is DJ Elliott doing? And then also Andrew Parchment's status?
Andrew Parchment will not be with us. He's we'll have to figure that out thereafter. And but DJ Elliott is back. He's on a virtual. He's fine. There's not any real issues with his symptoms, and he'll be back in the back end physically and not without a necessity to be virtual the back end of this week, kind of Thursday or Friday.
All right, thanks everyone. We will be back with some players shortly.